In today's video, I'm talking about how I'm using sourcing discipline to bring home inventory, not problems. This week, I only sourced 2 new inventory items. It may not sound like much, and for many folks it's not, but for me, it's just right. We'll also go over everything I listed and everything I sold for the last 7 days. Welcome back, and if you're new here, I am working on rebuilding my small part-time eBay business realistically. Last week, I shared my death pile struggles and how I purged 90% of my inventory and got myself down to a climbable mountain of totes. Now that everything has been reduced and contained, what's next? What do I actually do now that I'm past death pile paralysis? And more importantly, when do I get to go sourcing again? Listen, I have tried the whole no more sourcing rule, but let's be honest, sourcing is the fun part of what we do. How successful am I going to be if I'm telling myself, you are not allowed to have any fun? Not very. So instead of pretending like I don't have a death pile or that I'm totally okay with locking myself in a room for 3 years while I list and have zero fun, if I want to go sourcing, I'm going. I'm just going to give myself a few basic, non-negotiable sourcing guardrails. These are things that are going to protect me from bringing home problems instead of inventory. And remember, I am never telling anyone what they should do. I'm just telling you what I am doing for my business. My current rules for sourcing new inventory are, number 1, it must be easy to list. No repairs, no projects, no, well, it'll bring $100 if. No. Inventory, not problems. Number 2, it must be easy to ship. If I have to spend 45 minutes putting a Frankenbox together, or it gives me anxiety to think about trying to ship it, I'll pass. Number 3, it must be easy to store. If it does not fit into my current tote, shelf, rack system, it's staying where it's at. Number 4, it must have a strong sell-through rate. Right now, I'm kind of figuring that at 50% or better. Number 5 is my price to profit ratio. If I spend $2, I need to project that that's going to return $20. I need $5 to turn into $25 and $10 to turn into $35. That will cover about 95% of anything that I might buy. Everything else is on a case-by-case basis. Number 6, and this is actually one of the most important, if I source it, I have to list it immediately. These are the rules that I'm using to make sure that I'm not bringing home any problems, because those are the ones that actually contributed to my death pile problem to begin with. So keeping those rules in mind, I did get to go sourcing this week. I only brought home 2 new items and I listed them immediately. Fun fact, did you know that there's actually a name for that panicky anxiety feeling that we get when we look at all of our unlisted inventory? It's called choice overload theory. Your brain literally freezes when confronted with too many options. So it's not that we're being lazy, it's brain wiring. So right now, I am still working out of totes 1, 2, and 3, which I opened in previous videos. As soon as I get to the bottom of everything from those 3 totes, we're going to be opening number 4. I'm not even allowed to look at the rest of my unlisted inventory. Choice overload theory. Right now, I have a listing goal of listing 10 items a week. Yes, only 10. Some of you are saying to yourself, 10? My God, I can list that before I get my morning coffee. Some folks list 20 items a day, 50 items a day, 100 items a day. Listen, I am not in that season. I'm being realistic and honest with myself. 10 items is what I feel like I can comfortably and consistently list every single week. That's my goal. If I list 10, fantastic. If I don't, I'm not going to beat myself up about that either. But that's my target. This week, I listed 7, so I didn't quite meet my target, but I'm totally fine with it. So the first two items are obviously the items that I sourced. I sourced a Camilla 100% silk caftan, and I was so shocked that I found this in the thrift store. I gave $8 for it, and these things sell new for $750 and up. This one also was new with tags. Realistically, I think it'll probably bring in the $300 to $350 range. I listed it for $499. I'm not in a big hurry to sell it. I gave $8 for it, so it's okay that it sits for a little while. The next thing I listed was this tiki mug. I gave $1.99 for this, and I knew when I looked up the comps in the store that it was going to sell pretty quickly and it would bring me about $20 to $25. And sure enough, it sold within an hour of me listing it. I listed it for $25 and I received an offer for $20 and I took it. And I was happy with that sale. We'll talk about sales in a minute though. I listed all of those travel pennants from this video. I listed the Sing Sing and Leavenworth prison pennants together, and I also listed the Notre Dame football pennant separately. All the rest of the pennants I gathered up together and put in a lot. These items haven't sold yet. They have tons of watchers and have had tons of views. I feel like I'm probably priced too high on them and I will go down eventually. But right now, my focus isn't on selling. My focus is on rebuilding the foundations of my business. So I'm okay if they hang around for a little bit longer. No problem, that's fine. I also listed a Stife Dachshund from the American Kennel Club. Stife's, obviously, it's a really good plush brand. This particular Stife is not one of the more desirable ones, but it was actually kind of laying around loose, and I just wanted to get it listed. What sold this week? I sold a Fossil leather belt that has been in my death pile for quite a while. This is something else that came from one of my prior videos. It was a collection of Boda Nova flatware, mid-century modern, really nice aesthetic. I sold one of my favorite things, which was a 1993 Barney Rubble Flintstones snapback hat. I've had that for a long time, and I'm sure it's going to a great home. The next item that sold was a Woolrich, probably 1970s Woolrich double cape shirt, jacket, shacket, whatever you want to call it. It sold really quick. I think I kind of underpriced it, and that's perfectly okay, but it sold very quickly. The last item I sold was a Pendleton long pleated skirt. This thing was so cool looking, very obviously 1990s. I had it listed for like $35 or $39, and I got a $20 offer, and I'll be darned if I didn't take it. Like, I don't know what was going through my mind. I probably should have held out for a little bit more or even gave her a counter offer, but she must have just hit me at just the right moment because I accepted the offer and shipped it. That's what I listed. That's what I sold. That's where I'm at. Thanks for all your comments from last week. I absolutely enjoyed reading everything you guys had to say, the good and the bad. Drop me another comment this week and tell me what you've listed from your death pile. I'll cheer you on. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.